Hi, guys. Welcome to Press the Podcast. Thank you for joining us to cultivate, converse, and connect. Today, I have my beautiful co-host with me. My name is Ari.
Hey, I'm Tosha.
I'm Gabi.
I'm Avina.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. We have missed y'all. I'm glad that we got this visual set up. We may or may not have some technical issues on here, so just bear with us, roll with us. Rona got us all messed up, so I'm happy to be able to visually see y'all and y'all can see us. Again, just welcome back. So we are going to go business as usual. We're going to start with our sip and spill. So, Avina, I'm going to kick it to you.
That's right. It's the party over here.
Yeah. Although we're not together, we are together in spirit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Literally spirits right here, okay? So the thing that I am actually
That was good. I like that.
On our girls' favorites drink. This is all of our faves right now, Boca Chica. If you guys want to purchase, you can use code PRESS. ESSED for 20% off of your purchase. They deliver locally to any DFW home, apartment, or office. They also ship, and the discount code is good for all deliveries. So that's what I'm sipping on. Tosh, what are you drinking over there?
Okay, so I have this. It's a red blend. It's called 1924 limited edition. It is very, very deep red wine. It almost is like more of a cab than it is kind of like a sweet red. It's kind of bitter, but it's really, really good. I've been leaving it out. It hasn't been refrigerated, which is, I think, the best for red wine. So it's really good. And y'all check out my cute little glass. It matches my home. It's green.
Love it.
Very cute.
I love it. It is 15%. So, get
Oh.
Go big or go home.
Okay, sweet. Well, I am not drinking on any wine today. I decided to add a little Jameson in the cup with a little bit of pineapple and orange juice. Sip.
Okay. You're really sipping.
All right.
And I actually have Dwayne Wade has a wine. I think the company's called D Wade Cellars. I don't have the bottle. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't bring it out here. But this is a Cabernet. This is Cabernet, and it's really good. It's not bitter at all. It's really smooth, and I would definitely recommend it.
Sure.
All right. So now for my favorite part. As you guys know, the fishbowl resides with me. So we are just going to pull a question out of here.
So nervous. Like, I always be like, what are the questions? What are the people going to ask us? Okay, so wait, before we start and before you ask the question, let's just put it out there. We need you guys' questions. We need your input. We want to hear from y'all. We want to make sure that we're answering questions that y'all want to hear. So we have got a couple. Of course, you can see the bowl is kind of semi-full, but we need your questions. So make sure that y'all follow us on Instagram or on YouTube. Put it in the comments. However you can get a hold of us, text it to us if you know us personally. We want to put your questions in there. It doesn't matter what they are. No things are off limit. So just wanted to put that out there. Go.
Y'all slide in DMs for all the questions only.
Right.
So let's start with the first one. Okay. All righty. So ladies, contestant number 1, what is your ideal first date?
Can I make it up? Like if I was a guy,
Okay.
Well, like if a man were to take you out on a date, what would if you got first date? What is your ideal first date?
I can go.
Yeah, I need a moment.
So, my idea of a first date, first and foremost, I like a guy to put something on my calendar. So in the instance that we exchange numbers or whatever the case may be, within a week of us interacting via text or via FaceTime, via calls, I need you to be proactive about putting something on my calendar, whether if it's 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, let me know that you want to spend time with me. So whatever that looks like for you, step 1. Step 2, when it actually comes to the day of the date, I would like him to seem like a cute little message like, hey, oh my God, I'm really excited about spending time with you, whatever. Love it.
The anticipation.
Yes, and then step 3, my idea date would be, I would love for him, well, it depends on how much I know the person. So if I feel like I have a good gauge on him, I don't mind him coming to pick me up. But if I don't know him, I would like to drive myself. In the instance that I know him, he comes, picks me up, whatever. And like on the car ride to our destination, I want to hear some like R&B and like us vibe out. Like, can we talk? Hey, you know, like a little R&B little jam. And then I don't like, you don't have to necessarily take me to like a dinner. Don't take me to the movies because that's like a babysitter. I don't play the movies. But I would love for him to like to like a place that's like intimate. Whether it's like we go to like a watch a sunset, or if we go like take a hike, or if we go go to a museum, something that it's like it engages us. I want to hear the way in which you think. Like it's like a brain teaser. I can see, you know, and let me tell you something. If that man smell
good, he got to.
Have to.
He cannot be smelling like nothing.
There's something about a man that smell good on the first date. It's just like
I trust him. It's,
you know, it's like
first step, first guard, first wall.
That's the first step.
Right, first wall down.
So just
don't tell him all the tea.
You're right. Okay, first. So
walls up.
I just want it to be intimate and very like thought out and very like different. Like you can't take me to dinner.
But basically, you don't have an ideal first date.
After carefully deliberating everything in which I said, counting the threes, you're right. I have no idea.
Well, what's yours, Avina?
You
since
know,
clearly you
but
have
don't
one.
do this. But do this, but don't do this. But make sure you smell right. But don't do this. So I'm like, okay,
she has rules. She has rules. She has things that she would like to happen, a way that she would like for it to happen.
Okay, well, just don't take to the movies and dinner. That's all. Like, dang. Think outside the box, because I've been wooed, sweetie. Helicopter rides over my city. Okay.
Okay, what's yours, Avina? We want to hear from you.
You go next.
I definitely don't have an ideal first date. I will say that I would like to get to know the person. So anything that they could bring to the table that would help me get to know them more. I don't care if you like basketball, I'll go to a basketball game. Like I'm a versatile person. I'm not the only thing, like right now, these bugs flying around my face. I don't really want to go outside at nighttime, really. I don't think I want to do that. But because this is real ghetto. But I mean, other than that, like I like sporting events. I like places we can talk, which I guess that's kind of contradicting myself because sporting events can't really talk. I like a nightcap, not in like a nasty way, just like a, you know, regular, very much like, you know, maybe PG-13 rated nightcap, you know, where maybe afterwards, even if we did go do something like watch a game or something where we couldn't talk, we could go have a drink or, you know, do something where we could actually like get to know each other a little bit better. Because I have a hard time saying bye. I'd be like, oh no, if I like you,
Sweet.
I don't want to go home, you know. But that's if I like you. That's very rare. But yeah, I think just like putting his personality into the date would mean a lot to me. Which I've had that done. One thing I haven't had done is a guy like paying attention to like who I am and putting my personality into the date. So I guess that would maybe be my ideal date.
I have a question once Avina and Tosha answer. So I'm keeping my question right here. But I have a question.
Okay. Keep it right there. What about you?
I am not I don't really like the traditional dinner situation.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
like that necessarily. I would rather do like small little dates. Like my ideal date would be like a scavenger hunt or like we go to like the museum and then we go like to the park, like something that's like little dates, like not like this one official, especially if it's like our first time, like something that's going to involve other people, bowling, something that we can like be competitive. I can show my personality. You can show your personality. I like a guy who is like playful and somewhere that he can kind of show me off and like we can, you know, hold hands or, you know, things like that. Like, so I want to be around people. I don't really like super intimate, like I said, like the dinner and like that one-on-one, like get to know you conversation.
Me either.
I don't really do well in that. I don't know why. I just don't like that. And it's like I can do it, but it's just kind of boring to me because it's just like now
I can't.
Coming with a list of questions that, you know, may or may not be truthful. But if I see you like being able to interact with waitresses or interact with people at the bar, or if we go to the park and there's little kids and you know what I'm saying, I want to see you kind of like just in your element, and things like that I haven't done, like especially like if you aren't from Dallas, maybe like things that I have never done in Dallas, show me something new, teach me something new, or like paint with a twist, or somewhere we can like class, like something like that. Like, I don't know, I guess that's not one specific date, but something very creative.
Clearly we haven't thought through this. I mean, Avina has, because she's itching to say what her date is, but clearly the rest of us haven't thought through what our ideal date. But I like that you said that. I like that you said that the group, because I think that means something to me too. I like to see how you interact with my friends, especially if I didn't meet you like in a public setting with my friends around me, because my friends are going to tell me how they feel if you walk up to me. But like, even if you're just like, oh, hey, come to this, situation that me and my friends are having, like a like a little kickback or something, bring a couple of your friends, or bring your friends, like that would make me feel uber comfortable. That lets me know you want to show me off. That lets me see how you interact with your friends. And I also can escape if you try doing weird shit.
That's why I don't go on a first date the first time I'm meeting someone, because all that they all just named.
Yeah, I definitely don't want intimate.
See, I do. Okay, let me tell you mine.
Not for the first.
There's this show that just came out on Netflix on Monday. It's called Cooked with Cannabis. Now, let me tell y'all, I didn't know that there were so many chefs that cook with cannabis, and a lot of these chefs will come to your house or come to like a specific setting and make you a 3 or 4 course meal. Like, and it all has THC, CBD, everything in it. I was like, dang, it would be real bomb, because I like being outside. I know I don't look like I like being outside, but I love being outside. I like running. I like hiking. I like camping. I like all that stuff. My ideal date would be to either go camping or like glamping some sort in a cabin, and have a cannabis chef come and cook for me and my date, and then just listen to music. Like, I have to know, there's two things. There's 2 different types of love languages to me. 1, food. Food is definitely a love language. And 2, the type of music that you vibe out to, I can tell you whether or not we're going to mesh. Because if we're just eating dinner, or if we're just like drinking or smoking or just like watching TV, or just like if we've been dating for a long time and say we're just like washing dishes and cleaning up the house or something, I need to know what your vibe is going to be on all those different scenarios. If we're listening to the same music, cool, then we can vibe out. But if we don't have the same taste in music or the same genre or anything like that, like, I already know we're not going to vibe. And the other thing is food. So if you have a palate of a 3-year-old, I'm not going to vibe with you. I can't date nobody who only eats chicken nuggets. That shit is not cute. And I'm not going to no 4-star restaurant with somebody who has a 1-star palate, because I just can't do stuff like that. So my idea date would definitely be glamping with a cannabis chef coming to cook our meal, and us just talking and vibing the whole night.
That's good. Music is a good one. Because have y'all ever pulled up to a dude's house or like his situation, or got in his car, and it's like all like NBA YoungBoy, or like you feel like you're gonna get shot? I mean, like sometimes, like,
no, I have not. Girl, I will not do that.
Girl, it is very scary. Like, it literally, girl. Do y'all listen to
music starts off with the police sirens. It starts off with the polilis sirens, and it's like bang, bang, bang.
In the video,
when I hear stuff like that and have a bunch of curse words and stuff, I'm like, is that how you feel? Like, is that energy that you're bringing? Like,
is this how you're
like around a woman, like around your other guy friends? That's totally fine. But like when you're trying to impress a woman or be a widow, even if we've been together for a long time, like I don't listen to stuff like that. So I don't necessarily want to hear it. I don't care if it's something that you like to listen to on your own. Like when I'm in the car, like, please cater the music to what I want to listen to. And I'm not a big music person. I mean, I am a big music person. I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea, because I know last episode I wasn't really ready for my music, thing. But I love music. I can recognize music, but all that chitty chitty bang bang nigga doing, like,
get the cat. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like it. I'm not gonna say I don't like it or I never listen to it. I'm not gonna say that. But I'm just saying, like, you knew I was coming over here. Why do you have that video playing in the background? Like, why is that?
I love a good ratty tune. I'm just not. That's not like the idea music selection. Like,
Come on.
But
that's cool.
I have a part B question. How do you guys feel about the first date being at the guy's house?
Absolutely not.
And what if he what if
Mhm.
he stages it in the sense of like, hey, I want to cook for you. I want to, like typically how it is
Oh,
staged.
actually, you know what? That's not even that bad because I already said that I don't go to the first time I'm interacting with you is not on a first date. So if we've been interacting for a couple of months and then that's your idea of a first date, I'll go for that. But I can't stand people who want to cook for you and then have no business cooking.
So you
No
will go
business.
to the house if they, for the first date to go, you say yes.
I would,
She
yeah.
said first date though. So wouldn't that's not the same, right?
No, it is because my first date with you, I'm already going to be interacting with you for a while before we actually go on a first date. I
Oh,
don't
okay,
want
okay,
my
okay.
first interaction with you to be our first date. That I cannot do. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Confused. Are y'all
Yeah.
confused? I'm confused.
No,
I'm
she's
not
saying,
I'm
like,
not confused.
if she meets somebody, like we can go do something as a group or whatever. We can do FaceTime. Like she's gonna talk to you for a little bit, but if we're gonna say that this is our first date and like you're trying to show me out, woo me or whatever, it's not gonna be that.
Okay, but you will go to the first date to their house.
Yeah. Yeah.
What she considers the first date, yes.
Yes.
Smack, what you got? What you got, Tasha? Yes or no?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it would depend on like what we've been talking about previously. Like I don't know. I would feel a little weird. I don't know if I would do that because, like I said, I don't like the whole dinner situation. Like I'm awkward in those types of conversations and those type of interactions. So I wouldn't want to be at your house. That's awkward. And then sitting across from you at a table, that's awkward. Like maybe I'm overthinking it, but like I don't think I would want to do that. Like I would almost rather let's go to a restaurant and eat. And then the next time you say, okay, I know we went to this restaurant first. Like the next time I'll cook for you. And I would be okay with that. But like that being my first experience with you and like, because
Ari?
I wouldn't even want to do that. I wouldn't even want to offer cooking for somebody as our, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even offer that. So I don't know. I don't think I would like that.
Ari, what you got?
I don't know. I'm not gonna say I've never had a first date at the house. I'm not gonna say I've never had it, but I do think that there are hella options other than for you to invite me to your place for that to be our first date. Like that, like why is that? I'm almost, like wondering why is that? Now, I will say I met this guy that he cooks. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little different. But I've had, because that's what he does. That's his hobby. So it was almost like he was inviting me into his space, like what I said. Like he was inviting me to enjoy something that he enjoys doing, that he actually does like for money. You know what I mean? So that felt a little bit different for me. But like I've also been invited over to a cooking situation, and it was like some grilled chicken breast and green beans. You know what I'm saying? Like you come on, and some mini rice. Come on. Like I just
You
think
said earlier when you were like talking about going over his friend's house, I mean, if you need to escape, when you go over people's house, like, what if it ain't going well? How I'm gonna get out? How I'm gonna
girl, what if it's not
call a
going
friend
well?
and be like, Gabi, can you please call me and act like and I don't want to be a liar, but I've done that before.
But
Like, can you call and be like, because I need to get out of here, and I don't want to be rude, like, but I don't like stuff like that.
So
yeah, I don't. So it's a no.
I will say, someone in which I did it in the past, our first date was actually at this person's house. It wasn't as if like it wasn't a planned date, but it was one of the things like, you know how like you're texting the person throughout the day and like you're already out. They're like, oh, you should swing by. It was one of those things. So I was like, oh, okay, like I'm already out. I'll swing by. Well, I swung by his house. This person did not try to engage with me having any type of sexual interactions or anything like that. We literally talked, drank wine, vibed out to some music, watched like an episode of a show, and like that was like literally it. But I didn't feel pressure. I didn't feel like he was like trying to like rip my clothes off or anything like that. I didn't feel like he wanted me to like stay over. However, the interaction in which we had was amazing, which eventually obviously led us to be together. You know what I'm saying? So I do think every situation is different. I do think that everyone is different. I do think that there are levels to it because some men's intentions, when they do get you to their house, they think one thing. And so I think just as women, we kind of have to understand the control in which we have in those situations. In the instance that you do decide to go to his house, remember that you are in control of the situation. No matter if you don't think you are, you genuinely are. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's having your homegirl text you so you can get out the situation or call you so you can get out the situation, you feel uncomfortable just leaving willy-nilly. Like, we don't owe these men any type of explanation.
I don't care. Me. Yeah, correct. I'm leaving. I feel uncomfortable. I hate it here. Bye.
Any type of explanation. So in the instance that we do get to the house on the first date, sweetie, if I gotta go, sweet tea.
I got a blast.
Yeah.
But okay, but here's another question.
Go ahead.
If did you consider that a date though? See, like for me, like I maybe I've had more dates than what I think I've had. Like I don't consider just because I'm hanging out with you as a date. Like I think that hanging out and like you actually asking me to go, huh?
It was our first interaction, our first actual date.
Okay.
We went to dinner. Then after, one of my good friends, Chase, shout out Chase, at the time, he was like hosting this bar or whatever. And we had gone to dinner. I had told this person, like, hey, like, you know, my friend has like a, he like is running this bar like up the street. Do you want to go?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, let's go. So we went. My girlfriend is up there or whatever. And he did a great job of like owning the room. So
yeah.
he made sure all my girlfriends was good.
I love that.
I love that too.
My friends laugh.
Correct. Then he bought
friends. You got me.
Then he bought a bottle for the whole table, and then like he like had got me up to like dance and stuff, and like he saw like my sitting down, and he had like got my girlfriends up to dance and stuff. It was a good time. And then after we had stayed there probably for like an hour, 2 hours, he was like, "Okay, well, sweetie, we gotta go. We just showed our respect, but we got to go." And I was like, "Boy, gotta go."
Got a blast.
My biggest thing with dating these days, and I don't know if it's a Dallas thing. I mean, I've lived in Dallas for 10, 11, 12 years, whatever. I haven't honestly been approached or asked to go on a date. It's always been like, let's Netflix and chill. Let's go chill. Let's go do, you know, I ain't never had nobody really, I mean, I ain't gonna say I ain't never, because I can think of a couple people who were intentional about, like you said, putting something on my calendar, meet me here, wear this when you come, because we're going to do something that's, you know, don't get too dressed up, because they know me by that time I'm really extra. Right. You know, wear some flats, you know, like something where I can be in anticipation. Don't tell me the whole day. Don't tell me everything, because I don't necessarily, I'm a need to know person, but when it comes to like love and relationships and stuff, I like to be in the dark about some things, because it shows me that like, you're trying to lead me in a way that, you know, is going to be in the future. Because I'm always thinking, women are always thinking 10 times down the future. So like, if you can hold this together, plan this thing, you know, without my help, because I'm a person who always is trying to get my 2 cents in my help, that's more impressive to me than like, let's just go watch a movie. Let's come over my house. Like,
y'all, I said this in almost every freaking episode. I love dates. I love.
Send us a DM with your date ideas.
Oh, I got somebody on my radar, sweetheart.
Right. Okay. Do you?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm just gonna go and let y'all know that was the longest sip and spill.
Right, we can't even ask another question at this point. I don't even know what the clock's on.
Sip and spill. All right, so the second question that I pulled right here from El Jar, right here, fishbowl, was, what are you the most excited about once quarantine ends?
I guess I can go up first again. You guys, I am so tired of these freaking braids. I've had these braids in since March 7th. And anybody that knows me knows I don't keep a hairstyle that long. I'm interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to the bob. I want to get this sewn in. The fact that I have to keep these braids in is like cringing me. So I already have like the next 3 or 4 hairstyles planned out. Okay, these braids out. Y'all gonna catch me with the bob. Y'all know I
bob was very cute.
Y'all know I
Tip wear. I like the bob.
Listen, sweeties. Bob coming back as soon as the quarantine's over. I'm getting this out of my head. I'm tired of this.
Are you ready for the hairstyles?
Hairstyles, hair
You
salon,
ready for the looks, honey? Hair salon.
serving, slow. That's me.
That's good. I think I can speak for everybody when I say we are ready to just see our estheticians and just like our hairstyle, like everybody, eyebrows, like waxes, like Lord have mercy. I don't know if y'all saw that meme. This is a girl thing, but it was like that first wax gonna flip me off the table. And at this point, look, we out here trying to hold it down. Like I can't wait to see these ladies. Like I cannot wait to see them. I'm got wigs planned. I'm like Gabby, I got hairstyles planned. I have facials, all kind of stuff. But I think I'm excited for trips. Like I love to travel. Like I spend a lot of my time traveling. Like whether it's to Houston or New York, or like I have friends everywhere. So just being able to like go see them and touch them and hug them, especially my friends in New York, because some of them have been like affected by this. And just hearing their stories, and being so far away and not being able to like love on them and hug them like through this like really breaks my heart. So I think just being able to travel and go see my family and friends is gonna be the first thing that I do.
V.
I'll piggyback off that. My birthday is next Wednesday, I think.
Happy birthday to you.
I don't even know what day it falls on, but I'll kind of piggyback. Like I'm excited to go somewhere. Like I'm excited to go and travel somewhere. I know that we've had travel plans, and I've missed a couple of my friends' birthdays, and I'm going to miss a couple of my friends' birthdays because of quarantine. So I'm super excited to go somewhere, like to make plans, like book an Airbnb, just go and do something. And I'm ready to take my little one out of the house, because only place she goes is the lake in the backyard, for right now. And then my second thing, because I am a foodie, but this is also a blessing and a curse. Pro, I've saved a lot of money. Con, I miss my food.
Right.
So I'm super excited to go to a restaurant, to go to my favorite restaurants, and then go to restaurants that kind of need help to up and come out of this. You guys know I love a good little spot who's just popping up and has their specials and things like that. And like I said, I try to buy from restaurants on the weekends. Like I try to spend my money there on the weekends because thank God I still have a job. And so the cash is flowing. But I'm super excited to just like go and eat and things because I've gotten really, really used to my schedule being quarantined. I mean, it's not too much.
You guys, when this is over, we're going to Grismelda's. I always call the pizza place.
Grimaldi's?
No, I was just thinking about but that.
Are you talking about Grimaldi's? The pizza place Grimaldi's? It's not even that good. We can go in there.
That's why
we can go.
The place we went to, DeLuca, that has all those.
Yeah, we can go to DeLuca.
We go back there. That's the place I want to go back to.
The honey pepperoni.
That's DeLuca.
Oh my God.
That's not Grimaldi's.
Sorry.
Yeah, you tried it with Grimaldi's.
Yeah,
we can go to Greenville Pizza before we go to Grimaldi's.
No, that's where my old job used to be right next to that. Sorry.
Yes, I was thinking about that place the other day. I actually something on my real estate page. I had like local places because like Avina said, like I think we definitely need to support small businesses during this time, whether it's buying a gift card, whether it's, buying something and shipping it to somebody. Like I think we definitely should. So I had posted them and they actually responded back to me like, thanks for the ad or whatever.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I love that place. Like first of all, endless pizza.
The aesthetics.
The place is beautiful.
And it's not that expensive.
No.
It was very, very well priced. Yes, we're going there.
Well, I mean, of course, all the things that y'all said, traveling, I'm going to Bali. I was supposed to go in June or July, but clearly it has to be pushed back. So we're going in November. So hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully coronavirus doesn't, rear its head again in the fall. But so I am looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to all the brunches, all the socials, and most importantly, our wingman event, because coronavirus shut us down right before we got ready to, literally like the weekend before we were supposed to do it. We had to cancel it because it was, starting to get news about the coronavirus. So I'm super excited about that. And I hope that us being in the house is going to bring everybody out and everybody's going to want to come and socialize. So we don't have a date yet. Of course, we have to wait till the city allows everybody to be social again and not wear masks, of course, because we don't want to be at the Wingman event, everybody wearing masks. Of course, it's going to be a little bit further down the line, probably end of the summer, but that Wingman event is going to be so much fun. And just to clarify, if you have not heard or you hadn't heard anything about the Wingman event before we canceled it, it is a singles event. Don't get all in your head about it being speed dating. Don't get all in your head about it being, you got to come and do something special. It's literally just, if you're single, come and meet some Dallas people. Come meet us, have a drink. We're going to play some games. Like, we're going to have a good time. We're going to celebrate post-corona life. And I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about finding a new swimsuit. I don't know where I'm going when I'm cool, but I am excited about a swimsuit.
Listen, when I got to wear my swimsuit in Aruba, I was like,
right.
Yeah, I feel like
that was a good little last run.
Yeah, so I'm excited for sure.
As soon as you got back, you were shut down.
Everything. I was like, where?
I almost didn't get that.
I bought an adult pool today from Target.
Oh, it's an adult what?
Kiddie
pool.
What
is in the back?
I thought about that. I literally thought about. I walked by it at Target and I literally was like,
So cute. So excited. Catch me tomorrow poolside.
I'm coming over there and get my nails done and nails done in the pool.
Don't be telling everybody. but I did order a nail drill. I ordered the whole powder kit because let me say this. Whenever you don't have something there, you will figure out a way and you will teach yourself to do things. I have spent so much, you know what, let's just segue into our topic for the evening, for the day, for our 7th episode. So I just kind of want to talk a little bit about what you guys have kind of like OD'd on or overdosed during quarantine, something that you've become very much so addicted to, good or bad, it really doesn't matter. But what have you become addicted to these past couple of months, or what are some, whether they're internal, external addictions that you're trying to fight?
I am going to say my binge watching television has gotten really bad, to the point because I know I don't have to get up in the morning and like physically go to a workplace, because everything, as I'm at home, I can just literally one eye open, get on my computer. I have been staying up so late and just watching that Money Heist. First of all, that started the problem.
#1 show of the year.
That show is so good.
Oh, good.
That started, and so I would be up, girl, at 3 a.m, just binge watching shows, just boom, boom, boom. So that's one thing. And also, I'm so thankful. That's why I always tell everybody I talk to. I mean, of course, we said it last time, we're not trivializing any deaths or anything that's happening in coronavirus, but I'm definitely choosing this as a gift, because we will not get this time back ever. But I have been taking a lot of time also to get my life in the Word and watching a lot of sermons and reading a lot. And things like that I've been saying, I wish I had more time, those types of things. So those are my 2 things, binge watching and then binging on the Word, for sure.
That's good. If y'all need Netflix, Hulu, all those suggestions, we actually have a post on our page, so refer to that if y'all want to check out what we've been watching.
You didn't put Tiger King on there, hater.
She is a hater.
Hater.
Yeah, because in case you didn't know, it's the 2nd most watched show on Netflix right now.
The episode just came out.
Sure did. I mean, the last episode wasn't even all that good, but still, nonetheless.
Okay, y'all go watch Tiger King.
You're not even a full cat and kitten for that one.
Man.
Hey, all you cool cats and whatever.
All right, Gabs, what about you, baby?
I feel like there are 3 things that I'm addicted to as of right now. First, obviously, I'm thankful for the community in which I have with my life group. Like, even though we're in this COVID-19 or Corona type of thing, our life group kind of hasn't stopped. Like, Tasha's in my life group. We're still meeting. We're still having, like, interactive. And last Sunday, me and Taryn, we actually led our life group. And so we were in charge of everything. We did, like, icebreakers and, like, little things. It was.
Ooh, y'all should have invited me to that.
It was super, super fun. Like, I typically don't get to lead our life group because our leaders get to lead it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry to be so ghetto, but my laptop just told me my computer's dying. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, it's the ghetto over there.
Rona!
She lives in South Addison.
I'm back. Okay.
Region 237 while we miss our production team.
We do.
We miss them
We
so
do.
Dude, I wouldn't have to deal with this.
We do.
Okay.
Third person, come back.
My life group's still meeting, and I have a community that kind of like checks on me, and we do like check-ins, and everybody texts everybody, whatever the case may be. And obviously, piggybacking off what Tosha said, kind of digging into the word. Secondly, if people don't know, I'm actually a runner now. My first I ran a 10:45. I don't know what that was about, my first mile. But baby, sweetie, by my 6th mile, I was at a 7:55. I'm training for the
Very fast.
that's very good.
I'm training for
This has very quick feet. Very quick feet.
That's 1 mile. Don't ever ask me to get out there and do 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 4. No. Okay. Then my third thing. This is like a transparency thing. I'm letting you guys in on a little secret. I have been addicted kind of to like, what's the best way to say it? To like my love life. So like I have had, obviously during this quarantine, there are people in which have taken this time to come out the windwards, come out the bushes, come from over the horizon, wanting to text and engage, whatever the case may be. But I have made like a conscious decision, obviously, to decide who to engage with and who not to engage with. Who I've decided to engage with is nobody. Okay. However, there is one particular person.
Getting the hey big head text.
Not a hey big head. But not saying a lot, but saying enough. There is one person who has decided to do like a reappearance in the situation. And
Everybody's face.
Look, I'm like,
and
we'll be calling after this.
Right. The call's gonna stay on. We're gonna cut it out.
it's going good. Like surprisingly, like it's going good. And so I asked my life group to like get prayer of it, just because like it's someone from the past. You know, someone from the past like comes with a lot. So you have to be very like not strategic, but in a sense, be aware of like old behaviors that prevented you guys from being together in the first place. So I'm just being very cautious and
Also very open. You have to still be open because people change, things change.
Correct. And
Yeah.
so this person just has the reason why this person has kind of skated further than most is because the way in which he loves my mama. The way in which he loves my mom is like, can't even put it into words.
Hey, we saw it.
We love to see it. We love to see it.
Saw it in your face.
I'm
We love to see it.
listen to my love life wedding 2021. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm done.
All about them single vibes a couple of weeks ago, wasn't she? Jesus.
Girl.
People
She
move
flipped the
fast.
script. She flipped the script.
Woo, sis. Okay, well, why are you falling in love over there? My addictions are still one and the same. I feel I've been running a lot. I've been running almost every single day. I've probably taken like one rest day a week because I have really long distance runs. So my runs will range anywhere from like 3 to 5 miles, but I'm in this challenge for April. It's a 100K challenge, which is like relatively, I think like 62.1 miles. And that's just something personal for me. I attainable goals. I need something that I can, work towards, because if not, I will go stir crazy. So I've needed something to get me up every day and say, hey, you got this, or hey, you have this at the end of the month. So that's been my one attainable goal, is to make sure I run and hit all 62 of those miles. And I have not ran like that in a really long time, probably since high school, whenever I was training. And I just find that's my zen. Like, that's where I'm at peace. That's where I listen to all the new music. That's kind of just where I think about all of my day-to-days. So I enjoy that time, and that's my me time. So that being an addiction. And then another thing that I've really tried to gear a lot of my time towards is researching stocks in any type of companies. I have an investment coach right now, a stock coach. I don't really know what you want to call him. Shout out Cam. He's pretty awesome, and he's just really taken the time to make sure that I know exactly what it is that I'm starting out with, build my portfolio, and then like research the company and understand stocks from start to finish. So I really do appreciate that. A lot of things that I wish I had time for, I'm really trying to hone in, because I kind of saw this meme going around about, you know, there are certain people that take the time, this off time, and they don't utilize it. And then there's other people that take this off time and they really, really do utilize it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with both. I think mentally you need to be at a good space. Isolation is hard. Think about prison. Think about insane asylums. Think about churches, just things like that. Isolation is really hard sometimes on your mental. So I think you have to be mindful of that. But at the same time, you have to do what's good for your mental, whether that be downtime like Netflix, whether that be dating, whether that be running, you know, anything that's going to make sure that your mental is always in state. And of course, you guys know how I feel about mental health. As long as your mental health is clear, you're in the clear. So that's really been my main thing, is just like honing in on my running. Obviously, I've been cooking a lot, so that's, you know, that's my little heart right there. And then stocks. I tried to make sure that I had 3 things that I can get, 3 things on my goal at the end of the month. 1 thing that I can get better in, 1 thing that I can perfect, and then 1 thing that I can learn a little bit more about.
I like that.
That's good. I'm gonna have to steal that. Yeah, I have to steal that. I have to write that down. Y'all, every week has been so different for me. Like the first week, maybe the first 2 weeks, it was like binge watching. Like I watched all these shows, like hella shit. Like I watched hella shit. Then like the next week, it was like eating healthy. Like I'm telling y'all, and I'll be addicted to it. Like to the point to where I'll be looking at my mom and them like, "Oh, y'all gonna be big." Like, and then
You're
and then
eating
the
a
next,
chicken nugget.
right, you're gonna be big. Like, oh my god, you're eating after 7. So and then I know they know me, so they could just probably see it. And then the last week it was working out. So I think this week, I'm telling y'all can check on me. Please check on me. I'm gonna try to like just do basically what Avina said, like have something that like I need to stick to something. So I've been dealing with that for the last like few years. Like I do really well at working out. I do really well at eating healthy. I do really well at like binge watching, of course. But just figuring out like a balance between all those things that I really love to do, and not letting like anything get in the way of making them a priority, because I do have the time to do all of them. I really do. So yeah, I think next week I need to try to like put it all together. Like find time for Netflix, find time for
Like everybody is addicted to getting better. I mean, that's the sentence that I kind of come up with. I think everybody's addicted to just bettering themselves mentally, spiritually, physically. I'm not really there physically yet. Every week I'm like, I'm already planning to work out or whatever. But because I'm the oldest of the group, and I literally can feel my body like sis. Like
It really just has to be what's for you. I think Tosha is very much so like a yoga Pilates type of mama.
I think I should be.
Yeah.
You know, they got free yoga on YouTube. Find any type of yoga that you wish to engage in, whether it's just for 30 minutes, and I think you'll love it. I think as much as you meditate and as much as you spend time with God, I think that's kind of like I think that'll be really punctual and good for you.
That will be good.
Back and my body structure. Back,
yeah.
I have a bed. I had to get a whole new bed, which is why I got the bed that I have that like, you know, lifts up and like vibrates. And stuff, because I need, like, I can't lay flat because the way my back is kind of, you know, made. So I feel like I need to do some yoga and what?
That's good.
I need that bed. Can you send that to me?
Oh yeah, girl.
You never seen that bed?
Right.
But I ain't never seen it up.
Mm-hmm. Put your
Girl,
feet
it's lit.
down or whatever. Yes. So, but I think I do need to do yoga and Pilates. Before
that's like my challenge for you. My challenge.
I was about to say homework.
Your homework.
I don't wanna.
Tomorrow or 2 times within the next 5 days, just try yoga. Like when you first wake up, because it really Just opens. I do a 10-minute yoga routine before I go to run, and it's like a running yoga because I need to make sure I'm like stretched out. But I think you would like that. I think you would love it.
I need to. Like I am.
Okay.
I accept that challenge. Please check up on me and make sure that I'm being
And
healthy.
Pilates is good too, Tosh. Like Pilates, if some Pilates stuff, there's this one,
Love
and
it.
it is hard, like abs, butt, thighs. Like,
Or
I mean,
a bar class.
yeah, like you will work. It's gonna be working out.
Yeah, bar and Pilates when we get to go back outside. But for now, yoga is totally something that you could do on your own. And I know you've done it before. It's like you know that's
Yeah.
So
And I think it's because I don't have like a goal. Like I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm not trying to, so it's not, I have no motivation other than when I hear y'all talk about it, I'm like, shoot, I need to like,
yeah.
get my life together. And because like I said, I can feel in my body that my body is just different. It's changing.
That's motivation in itself.
Literally when you get up past 30, you be like,
What's going on?
Yeah.
During this time, what I see as a challenge more than anything is controlling your thoughts. Like, like
Yeah.
nothing but time to think and like think positive as well as like think negative. You know what I'm saying? Like in the instance, for the most part, up until this point, we are at April 23rd. For the most part, people have already received their stimulus check. And so, of course, the 12-piece was a good little notion. Of course, it was free. We didn't have to work for it, whatever the case may be. But like, for me personally, I live by myself. I don't have a husband. I don't have a boyfriend. That 12-piece, that's not even my bill, sweetie. Like, I appreciate you stepping in, but that is
right.
Sweetie, that's not my bill. You know what I'm saying? And so I think like during this time, it has been a challenge for me to control my thoughts, and also for people that don't know, I'm not a sleeper. Like I don't sleep at all, y'all. Like I can fall asleep and like my body physically shuts down at like 9-10, but I'm back up at like 2 for the rest of the day.
I wish I was like that.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I want to be a morning person so bad. I read this book. I think it's called like 5 a.m. or something like that. Like if you start your day at 5 a.m., how much more productive and how much more time you actually gain in your day versus the average person. I was like, can you tell my body that? Because
tell my body.
5 a.m. If I could start my day every day at 5 a.m., I would love myself so much more. Like right now, since I don't have to go to the office, if I could start my day at like 6 or 6:30, I'd even pass for that. Don't ask me what time I've been waking up. That's not y'all's business.
But I just don't like sleeping. Like not sleeping is not healthy. Like I never sleep, y'all. Like I think I get in it. I'm not even kidding. At night, I think I sleep maybe like anywhere between 2.5 hours to maxing out at 5. Like if that. If that, every single night.
And you have so much energy.
I know. I read this thing that they say that like your stress levels are so high that your body has like learned to like function in stress. And I was like,
are you stressed? Do you feel stressed?
I don't feel stressed, but I'm such a control freak.
You're a naturally anxious person.
I'm naturally
not even like anxious. It's like just calculation, like all the time.
I have anxiety like probably 75% of the day. Like when I interact with people, when I have to interact with people, I have anxiety like 75% of the day. Like I really, it's weird. Like I don't like people, but I like people. Like, like when I interact with people, like I'm drained. Like I'm like, and even like if I know that I have to hang out with people, like I'm like calculating it. Like, oh my God, I have to hang out with them.
Which is why I'm so proud of you. I'm going to say it publicly. You have you letting people come over your house, podcasts, you hosting life groups. You doing good. Because when I met you 2.5 years ago,
I like that.
You had that baby locked down. Like, there was no.
What do you do for that? Like, what do you do for your anxiety?
Nothing. I don't take pills. I I listen to yoga nidra at night to kind of like help me sleep. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of that. but it's like a playlist that you can have on your like Apple Music, and it's called Yoga Nidra. And I try to play that. Sometimes I take melatonin. Sometimes like I try to like stretch at night. But I went to the doctor like a long time.
I was about to ask you if you take melatonin.
Yeah, that doesn't work. I went to the doctors a long time ago, and no offense to doctors, the doctor in particular in which I went to, he was just like, "You're fine. Like nothing's wrong with you. Like you're fine." And I know internally, like I'm not fine if I'm only getting 2 to 5 hours of sleep every single night. It's not normal.
Yeah.
I was up.
I think my issue with sleep is I have very active dreams. I mean, like I never feel like I'm asleep. So I may sleep 6 hours, 8 hours or whatever. But when I tell you, I can literally have like 5 to 6 dreams a night, and they are like active, like movies. Like I could wake up and I could tell you what they were and what happened. And it was so much, so my body is constantly stimulated. So when I wake up, I'm still tired because I feel like I didn't go to sleep. Like my conscious mind is still up.
I feel that. I don't know, y'all.
Crazy.
I don't know. It's weird.
My little brother doesn't sleep, but I be knocked out.
And it's bad. Like when I used to like sleep like with people that I was dating, like I would
be knocked out.
That's different. I feel like you sleep with like I can't. I cannot. That's why I don't know if I can really get married. I cannot just sleep with anybody in the bed. Like I don't sleep the whole night through, or I like wake up in the middle of the night, or I don't like sleeping with people. Like I can't just have it. I will not. Like when I was dating, I had never physically slept the whole night through because I just didn't feel right. Like my body is just not relaxed. My mind is not relaxed.
I only get good sleep. Lord, forgive me for saying this. I only get good sleep in 2 instances. One, when I've had a cocktail before I go to sleep. Or 2.
You've had a cocktail before you went to sleep.
Correct.
There you have it.
Woo! That's crazy.
Now you know.
That's the only 2 ways I sleep.
So when you have the second one, do you
This bitch.
when you have the second one, do you sleep longer?
I sleep through the whole night. Like no.
Let's go.
All night. She gets the full 8 hours. If you know.
All right. Y'all going a little hard.
You brought it up, sis.
No. What I'm trying to say.
Press the podcast. Meet the press.
8 inches, 8 hours. Now I'm saying, good job, Gabi.
To hear it directly correlate. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. That is a direct correlation. Tosha, look at the camera. This is real talk.
Gun. Next time, I was just gonna say, next time I'm gonna do like this, and when this is over, we got to stop because I'm sick of y'all. Y'all ain't got no.
Wow, that was good. Gabi just gave y'all the tea, honey.
Words.
No, but that's not the correlation what I'm making. But it's like
Get yourself out. Back on up.
Back on it. Let me get myself out the hole.
Had to squirm out of that one.
What I'm saying is, I sleep well when I have a cocktail. I'm not an alcoholic, but I do.
Running hasn't been making you sleepy.
No, I run early in the morning. I run at like 6:37. Like I run early. Like I like it. This is weird, but I like it to be really cold when I run because I run with the jacket zipped up and I run with the long sleeve. Like I like to I don't know. I don't even know. And I run.
We get it.
Those days are about to perish because no matter how early you run, it's going to be hot.
I know. And I run.
And it's going to be nasty.
I run on the sidewalk. I run on the street. So that makes a difference too. I don't run curves. I run straightaways. Like, Okay, sorry. But the second part that I'm asking you, the only reason why I am able to sleep well with the cocktail is because it's like a sense of like, what do they call when you do that act? They say like, what is release? What do they say is release?
Your endorphins?
Yes. So it's like
Serotonin, I think. Endorphins makes you up, right? And then serotonin is like down.
Yeah, serotonin releases at night. Serotonin and melatonin. Your body naturally produces serotonin and melatonin. They're two different things.
Right.
But what happens whenever let's not even, I don't know, I'm not a doctor.
well, whatever happens when you release, whatever that is, the people that listen and know the correct terminology, when that is released.
Put it in the comments below.
Whenever that is released
Bug.
from the body.
That's who I always think about. In the comments below, make sure you guys. Oh my gosh, please have her on the next time.
We need a guest.
In the comments below.
Well, we'll have the picture right over here.
Right, somewhere right here.
When that is released from my body, I feel at ease. I don't know.
Basically, your body.
That makes sense. Biologically, that makes sense. So we're gonna move from that and go into the second portion of what our episode was about, which kind of goes back to the stimulus checks and go back to what Avina was talking about with her stocks and just overall self-improvement. We wanted to quickly, before we wrap up here, I know we've been kind of chatting and just girl talking because we're so excited to see each other. But we did want to kind of talk about what we're doing in Corona that we can do now as far as like budgets and financial and investments and things like that. I have friends who are buying houses or getting themselves prepared to buy houses. Of course, everybody knows I'm a real estate agent, but I'm a real estate agent if anybody needs a house, anything. But things like that, I think that we need to be doing right now so that when we come out of coronavirus quarantine, we are not going all willy-nilly, because it is going to be very tempting to go into all the stores and go to all the restaurants and do all these things. So what are some of the things that y'all are doing to put in place so that when y'all do come out of here, y'all be a little bit more financially savvy? And like, what are y'all doing to save money? Or like, Avina, if you want to dive in more about your investments or things that you're actually investing in. I could talk about real estate if y'all want to know that. But what are some of the things y'all are doing?
So go ahead, Gabi. Sorry, go ahead.
You go.
You got it.
So annoying. So for me, I had just told them before we actually started recording, I am like going through like a crisis where I want to make a big purchase. So I said I wanted a micro Yorkie to die for, a new car, or a house. We had all been on consensus. We said I should get a house. So that is the route in which I am currently kind of saving for and getting a house. Shout out to my real estate Tosha. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hit her up, give that little bread. Give her as well as during this time, I feel like we have nothing but time to save. I am already just really good over my finances. I've always been really good over my finances. Although it may look to the public eye in which I live like a lavish life, I know when to pull back and when to spend. You know what I'm saying? And so like a budget for me is like when it ends, I get a paycheck. So everybody knows we get paid 2 times a month. So my first paycheck, I use it for all of my bills. And of course, there are obviously an outstanding balance that kind of pours over. But then my second check kind of comes as like a free for all, spend whatever the case may be. But my second check, I only take 20% as leisure to do what I want. And the remaining of that check goes into my savings. And so once the 20% of that check comes and accumulates X amount of dollars, then I take it as a gift to splurge onto myself. So in an instance, if I get paid in January and we're going into 12-month or a 12-month year, by month 5, I should be able to splurge on myself and get a gift for myself that I think that I'm deserving of, whether it be a trip, a bag, a new cooking utensil, whatever the case may be. I try to.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You heard it.
Oh, okay.
You heard it here.
You didn't mean that.
I didn't hear. I thought it paused or froze or something.
A cooking utensil to bring to Avina's house.
Right. I don't know why she's lying. Buy me a dish up.
Foremost, I will have you guys look, I can't turn this camera around. Last weekend, let me tell you the things in which I purchased. I purchased some new pots and pans. I purchased a air fryer.
Tell you why she purchased those.
Oh, I want an air fryer.
I purchased a waffle maker. Why you thoughts trying to hate? You know what I'm saying? I'm coming. 2020. Oh, back to budget, because these people love to hate on me. As I was saying, 20% on the 5th check is a cash out to myself that I just buy myself whatever I want. And it has allowed me to save a lot of money, because I feel like in your 20s, late 20s, people really don't have a savings account, and people in their late 20s don't even have 5K saved up, if we're just being realistic. They just don't. And so I never wanted to be that person. My dad has done a great job of kind of setting an example. Like, you live based on 2 things: your credit and your bank account. And I was like, once you tell me them 2 things, I ain't never gonna struggle.
That's facts.
Never. And so I do a good job of making sure, like I said, pay my bills first, and then pay myself at 20%, and then the rest goes into savings.
I really like to pay yourself the reward system. I think that is key. What I've been doing for the last year or so, don't judge me, okay? I have all the major banks: Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America. I have a credit union. I have so many different banks, and I put money from my direct deposit. I put money in different, percentages. The bulk of mine in Wells Fargo for like my mortgage and my house note, my car payment, stuff like that, big stuff. Then I have one that's for savings and one that's for gas and food and one. So I don't see all my money. I don't see one lump sum of money in any particular account, because it kind of tricks me to think like, oh, I'm only working with this amount, because I only use I have all the apps on my phone, but I only go and check the one that I use most often. All the other ones, I try not to go in there and check or even look or whatever. And sometimes when I do go in there, I'm like, dang, okay, Tosha, like you didn't even, you're doing all right, but I have to literally trick myself to think that I'm, quote unquote broke, because if I see that number in there, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not even gonna try to budget. I'm not even gonna try to calculate what I can and cannot spend. I haven't been traveling as much as I used to, so that is kind of helping me. But I think the diversifying my accounts and just having, money in all these different places. I even use my Cash App card as kind of a savings account. So when I get my direct deposit, I put $100 on there. That's like my leisure. If I want to eat out, if I want to go to the movies or something like that, just $100, which every week I get paid every week right now. So that's like $400 a month. That's a lot of money for your personal self. You know what I'm saying? So like if you, do that where it's a whole separate card. I'm just pulling that black card out for, that types of stuff, gas and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing to kind of save and budget, because I really haven't I know what my bills are and I've written them out and stuff like that. But I think the tricking myself with all the different accounts have really gotten my life together.
That's a good one.
First off, this is really, I could get used to this. Okay, let me just say this. I could really get used to it, only because it's been extremely eye-opening for me. I'm saving so much money. Like, I can't even stress enough how much money I'm saving, because I realize, like, all of my favorite hobbies, going out to do something fun, spending a stupid amount of money on my kid, amount of money just for like child's care, groceries obviously is still a bill, but it's been very eye-opening for me to see, okay, Avina, look at the amount of things that you spend on that you really don't need, but you just do it because you want to get up and be somewhere every 5 seconds. That's just the way my mind works. So it's been very eye-opening for me. And one thing, my daughter has a trust fund. So obviously I had to, I wanted to get more into like the way her trust fund works and how that'll all work and how much more I can contribute to that. And then my savings account over these past couple of months, obviously my savings account has grown tremendously. I personally was one of those people that Gabi kind of pinpointed about. I was horrible with my finances. I was really bad about prioritizing, or like, obviously my priorities, those were always paid, but I was really bad about spending all the extra money that I had.
Yeah. If you see it, it's gone.
And I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's going to come back. In my head, I'm just like, all right, well, it's going to come back. But the way that I've grown my savings account has been crazy. And then the way that I, again, thank God for Cameron, because the way that he's taught me to put money into these stocks and read these companies, I like watching my money grow. I like seeing, oh, I only put $20 in here, but guess what? That shot up 35, 40%. So now that $20 is equating to like $250, $300 that I'm just seeing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not touching it, because my biggest scare was, I don't want to put money into something that I don't have something tangible that I can grab and hold on to. I'm scared of that. You know what I mean? And he was like, you won't be scared if if you just go for it. He was like, imagine if you would have invested money into Instagram when you were in college. Imagine how much Instagram is worth now. Like, just sit there and think about, you have used Instagram since you were a beginner. Like, you have been on Instagram, like, you were the newbie on Instagram. Like, you used Instagram when it launched. Like, it got popping when your, like, golden years were, per se. And now you're still using it 10 years later. You know what I mean? Imagine investing or putting in $100, $200, $500, $1,000, flipping that over the course of these 10 years to what it is today, So things like that, just having me think like long-term instead of thinking short-term goals. I really appreciate that. So like I said, I've been not investigating, but researching more on stocks, like, can put my money where I can let my money grow. Obviously, growing my savings account. I only have one credit card because I'm not credit. That's not my thing. Like, I know I was on a commercial, but that's not my
see that commercial. I'm like, look at Avina. And then the second thing, I'll be like, I'm so glad they didn't use my commercial.
My mom goes, I think I saw somebody from your podcast on the commercial. I say, yeah, we're popular. We're famous.
We're very famous.
What's your name on there? Veronica?
I am Veronica.
Veronica.
I go by Veronica. But no, so my credit, I really didn't start working on until I was like 26 or 25. Because I was like, oh, I don't need it. It's whatever. It's just, it's there. So I really started working on that when I was about 25. But just so many things you learn. And, I love my mom to death, but I had really young parents. So my parents weren't worried about teaching me my finances per se. So I didn't really start learning any of that until like my late 20s. I can't even believe I'm saying that. So it's been really, really eye-opening for me. And I feel like if you can sit on your hands and sit on your money, like, you'll see the good outcome in the end, or like even just 6 months from now.
Ari, I'm excited
for
to
me,
know what Ari is going to do, because she's at the beginning of her financial freedom.
I am. I was just about to say that. I just literally got a big girl job, which is like coming soon. Just like recently got like actual money because I was waiting tables. So I don't know. I don't know many people. Like, me and my friends were really bad. My mom told me when I first got into that industry, like, this is the most dangerous industry for money. Just because that the next day you can go make it again, and you can go make it again, you can pick up a shift. So it comes with a lot of overworking yourself. You're super tired, and then overspending your money because you're super stressed out about the job. You have no breaks, you know what I mean? Because of how reckless you are with your money and how you just see it coming in and out and in and out. So I think I started doing that. I started serving when I was 19, and I'm 25 now. So pretty much the whole adult part of my life has just been this trend of like getting money and spending it, getting money and spending it, getting money and spending it. And then it doesn't help that like my parents make good money. My aunts and uncles and like all of the people around me, they're like this huge safety net for me. Even, my friends, like Tosha never, ever, ever let me struggle. Like anytime I call her and I'm like, oh my God, I did this and it was really irresponsible, because I'm an honest person. So no one ever feels like I'm trying to get over on them. They're just like, oh, this girl, and they just like help me dig myself out of this like thing. And it was because I wanted to get a mimosa, or what I wanted to, you know what I mean? Just irresponsible. But I think now, like, looking at like, oh, well, first of all, I broke my car. Let's just start with that. And that's all I'm going to say about it. And my dad, I broke my car. I'm not going to tell y'all how, because y'all are okay, I'm going to tell y'all how. So I did not get an oil change that cost $30, $40, $50, and the motor broke. Okay. My 2015-16 Hyundai Sonata that my dad has paid off. You know what I mean? I don't pay any car insurance or anything. I broke it. Okay. And I did not have a savings fund to get it fixed. My dad had to get it fixed. So just like thinking like, oh my God, I felt so bad. Like, how am I going to pay my dad back? Like, how am I going to move out, of my parents' house? Like, I have so many things going on. I start back going to school in May, like I have so many things going on top of like starting a new job, and it's just like completely opened my eyes to like, sis, like you cannot just spend reckless money. And I have really used this time, this stay at home time, to like pay attention to like what Avina was saying, like how much money I actually was spending, and what that looked like me. She said it perfectly, to go outside for every 5 seconds. Literally, I was going outside every 5 seconds, knowing good and well, like you have no business going outside. And where, y'all, there's like bugs in my hair. I cannot. And I've saved a lot of money. I'm just gonna say that. Like I've saved a lot of money. I have not been like spending reckless. Like even though I do the Cash App thing that Tosha does. Like I put my spending change on Cash App because those are the only two cards that I have right now. And I probably give myself a little bit more than Tosha does, but that's because I spend money online. But it's also way better than what I was doing before. When I tell y'all, I was literally like making money and draining the account, and just going back to work. And seeing the 2 checks a month really has helped me. You know, like just seeing like, okay, this is what you have, and you have to like work with this, and you have to figure out like how this is going to work. So I think my next thing is going to be using the percentages and trying to like actually put some discipline into what I've been doing, because I scare myself when I say like, oh, this is your goal, like this is what you're going to do, because I don't want to watch myself fail, you know. So like instead of me just being like, okay, no, you're going to succeed because this is your goal and this is what you're going to do, I'm like, oh no, I'm just going to do this. I make a more laxed goal for myself, out of fear of not doing well. So I think for me, the next thing is going to be like saying like, okay, you get, like Gabby said, 20% of what you make is for fun. And the rest of it, you put that in the savings account. You don't get to touch that. After that, your fun is over. So, you know, like, what are you going to do with that? How are you going to split that up? So I think for me, I've done better. What'd you say?
No, go ahead.
No, I've been doing a lot better than what I was. And I think that's come with just like seeing like 2 amounts versus seeing like every day a different situation. But it'll be interesting to see like how I like discipline myself, and like how I save, and like when my life's on the line, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to finish school, like I'm trying to move out of my parents' house, like I'm trying to do all of these things, and nobody's going to stop me from doing those things except for me and my discipline.
Correct. And I think that like during this time, obviously, again, reiterating that we have all received our stimulus check, or we're going to receive it. And there are people that are receiving unemployment. So it's really important to be a steward over, a good steward over the money in which you receive, and understanding that like you need to be able to have this money stretch you as long as it needs to stretch you, whether that is cutting back on something, whether it looks different for everybody. No 2 things are the same. How I run my household is different from all the 3 ladies, how they run their household.
Right.
But being able to understand and having that futuristic mindset of like, this is my money right now, but this money right now needs to hold me to next year. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
like, I need to be able to endure a blizzard or hurricane, a tsunami, whatever that looks like, because we would have never thought that we will be experiencing this pandemic as we are today. And so I encourage everyone to, yes, accept the stimulus check, because we didn't have a yes or no type of thing, but being a steward over that and being able to, in a sense, not flip it, but allow it to last, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's just like my takeaway for everybody, for sure.
Yes, we would love to hear what you guys are doing, because I know there's some financial gurus out here. I've met a couple people who do some amazing things with their finances, and your sis needs some help. I think I've done a great job from where I came from, you know, a couple years ago, and like just not even having the education as a child, or seeing my mom. My mom is, I mean, if you could see my house, I'm very fancy. So my mom was a person who's like, if I want it and it's cute and I have it, go buy it. You know, that was my mentality. So I am still that person, but I have, you know, pulled back on those pedals a lot. So I'm very interested to see what everybody else is doing and what they're investing in. If you're investing in stocks like Avina, make sure that you put that information in the comments, DM us, let us know what you guys are doing to stay financially savvy during this time, as well as if y'all have any other, you know, ideas, questions, sip and spill questions, y'all just want to chat with us. We are going to have a virtual happy hour. We'll post that on our page once we get the date and time.
I'm the bottle girl.
Yes, bottle girl, right?
My cup is empty.
So yeah, make sure y'all come with y'all bottle of wine or whatever beverage. Like Gabby had Jameson today, which
Kalisa.
on the whiskey front. But yeah, so make sure y'all look out for that. We are looking forward to we'll be on here just like this. Probably, I don't know how we're going to do it, but I'm assuming a Zoom call. But yeah, we're excited about that. So anybody else have anything y'all want to say before we get ready to pot?
I'm good.
Nope.
Focus on you. Focus on you.
Be addicted to you.
Right now, let's focus
Be
on
addicted to you. Yes.
And I feel like my little takeaway, my homework for everybody would just be to find and hone in on one thing that's going to make you better, regardless of what it is, financially, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Just find one thing that you can better yourself. And whenever you get done, you sit back and you look and you're like, man, I really came really far with A.
Yeah.
And say those 3 things again. You said one thing you can perfect.
One thing that I can perfect, one thing that I can improve on, and one thing that I absolutely love.
I love that. We'll have to put that in the comments as well. I think that's a great barometer.
Make a post about it.
Starting point for people to even start to think about what is it that I love? What is it something that I can master?
Yeah.
What is it something that I need to do better or be more disciplined about? I think that was perfect. So we'll make sure we share that information with y'all. Make sure y'all continue to connect with us, converse with us so that we can cultivate all these great relationships that we're starting to bloom off of this. Make sure that y'all check out Boca Chica Wine. Again, our code is PRESSED, pressed, all together, one word, 20% off. They deliver next day if you're in Dallas, Fort Worth area, but they do ship everywhere. So make sure y'all check that out as well. So
to follow us on all major platforms. We're on Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Tag a friend, share the word, mention us. We hope to connect with you guys soon.
All right. Until next time. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Press, 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 press.